Okay, so Tesena. Tesena is a software testing company. And how did it start? So everything starts maybe more than 10 years ago when two guys, one Slovak guy and a British guy, you probably know, Marta Vasilka and Phil Royston, uh, they were quite disappointed with the testing world. So they decided to make it in their own way and to make testing world a better place. That's why in Tesena, testing is not just something we do, but it's everything we do. And all our activities are related to testing. That's why we are also here in on this webinar. For example, webinars are a way how we want to support testing community to be educated for free, of course. On the other hand, we do also, let's say, paid education. Somebody of us knows us thanks to our training. So if you want to know more information, just check the QR code and you can see which kind of training we do. Some of them are also related to robot framework. We do online on-site training and also self-study. So check it if you want. To the chat, you will be sent some links where you can keep in touch with us. So it will be our website where you can see more, LinkedIn, and also our YouTube channel where you can see our webinars, our records. And also this webinar will be recorded. So you will get the record probably until the end of this week. And it will be also online on our YouTube channel. And why are we today here? So we decided to make a webinar series about robot framework. And this is our introduction. So within 2 or 3 months, we will hold a couple of webinars related to robot framework. So we would like to start from zero and make a hero from all of you. And at the end of everything, there will be also a talk about best practices on real projects. So if you want to be informed, just follow our meetup group. You can join it and you will see all our webinars we are going to do for you. And now I would like to give my word to Marina, who will be your trainer or speaker of today, and she will talk about scripting basics. So, Marina, it's your turn.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Marina. With over 3 years of experiences as automation QA tester, I've had the privilege of working with a range of frameworks such as Cypress, Playwright, and WebDriver IO. However, it was my discovery of the robot framework that truly revolutionized the way I approach testing. As we delve into the basics of the robot framework, I'm here to share my insights and experiences, shedding light on its incredible power. I remember vividly the moment I first applied the framework to one of my projects and I got it. Here was a tool that had not only allowed me to test both front-end and back-end functionalities, but also went beyond, offering possibilities that extended far into realms of automation. So, if you're looking to enhance your testing arsenal, broaden your horizons, and discover the immense potential that the robot framework has to offer, you're in the right place. Throughout this webinar, we will unravel its key concepts and insights that can supercharge your testing efforts. Our webinar will take the engaging form of live coding, as we believe that hands-on practice is the most effective way to grasp new frameworks. Should you encounter any difficulties during the installation process, please feel free to share your concern in the chat. And my colleague Tomáš will be able to help you in Czech or in English language. So, okay. Let's dive into the first step of installation the robot framework. I will share my screen. Just a second. I hope you can see everything. Yeah, thanks. I hope that you already have Python on your laptops, but if you don't have, I prepared link where you will be able to download Python for Mac or for Windows. www.python.org downloads. Yeah, I hope you have it already. And let's just check Python version and pipe version on your operation system. Just follow these steps. For Windows, add Python -- version into your terminal, and on Mac. I will show you. So I have Mac, that's why I will show you with my laptop. So just copy paste and start. And you can see that I have Python 3. On my laptop. And so Python -- version for Windows, and which -a Python or Python 2, Python 2.7, Python 3, Python 3.6 for macOS. And generally, macOS has already Python, installed Python, but just check it, please. And next, check please whether you have pipe in terminal, because pipe is very important. This is a package manager for Python. Using pipe, we will be able to download robot framework for our project. You can check for both pipe -- version. I'll show you also. I will open my terminal, pipe -- version, and so here we go. I have pipe. Okay, so next. Time to create our directory. We will create folder, and our system I use terminal. And and name of your folder might be absolutely different. For example, my robot project. My robot project. Oh, sorry, already has my robot project 4. I've just created new folder. Now I have to go inside this folder. I do it again through terminal, cd, and after that I'm going to open my folder with Visual Studio Code. For that, I just added code, white space, and dot. So enter. So this is my new project. If you need, yeah, I will just keep it here. And you will have enough time to create your folder and your project. So, and now time to install a robot framework. We will do it through terminal. In my case, it will be pipe 3, install robot framework. Robot framework. And enter. So you can see everything is installed. if pipe 3 doesn't work for you, you could try with pipe. Pipe install robot framework. Okay, so you have installed robot framework in your folder. I will close this my testing folder, and I will continue using my folder that I've already prepared for our webinar, but it will be absolutely the same. So you successfully set up your environment for using the robot framework now. Now you have folder, you've installed a robot framework, and you have everything. From here, you can start creating, running your test cases. And I would like to tell a few words about syntax of robot framework. The beauty of robot frameworks, syntax listens its human readable and tabular nature. It has very understandable structure. You can see it. It's very, very, very understandable. We have keywords section. Keywords are the building blocks of robot framework test cases. They represent actions, verifications, or operations you wanted to perform. Arguments. You can see arguments in keywords block. Keywords take arguments that provide additional information or values required for the action. Next, test cases. You can see this block, test cases. Test cases are collections of keywords that form a sequence of steps to perform a specific test scenario. They are defined with the title, test case name, and series of keywords inside. Yeah, title and some keywords inside of this title. This is just some example. You don't have to write it into your folder. Comments. Comments is very important for us. Comments help in providing explanations, notes, or context within the test case. They start with hash symbol. You can see this hash. And are ignored during execution. Variables. Variables are used to store and reuse values throughout your test cases. They can be defined globally or within test cases. So we have also here part of variables. Please pay attention to white spaces. You should put 2 4 white spaces between elements, or you will get errors. For example, here I have list. And if I have 1 white space, this is error. 2, 4. If again I have 1 space, it's also it will be error in your output. So this is our structure. And let's continue exploring the concept of variables in the robot framework. Variables play a very important role in making your test cases more dynamic, reusable, and maintainable. They allow you to store values that can be easily updated in one place, making your test cases adaptable to different scenarios. And there are 3 types of variables in robot framework: scalar, list, and dictionary. We will start with scalar variable, and let's create a file with name scalar variable robot. I will create a separated folder for, okay, I will call it like, I have part 1 variables, but I will call part 1 because it's the first part for us, and some variables. It will be my folder, and inside I will create the first file for scalar variables. Scalar var like variables and robot. So you will see that you just catch them very interesting, like simple. This is simple for robot framework files. Okay, I hope you created new file for scalared variables. And we'll start. So we will write our variables into variable block according to robot framework syntax. Firstly, I can define variables using the $sign, curly braces, variable name. So I will create it right here and right now. Variables and variables are written in capital letters in my case because I prefer to see all variables very easily in my script. Variables can hold various types of values, including strings, numbers, float, boolean, and we'll try to create some variable. For example, so you can see a $sign, curly braces, and name. For example, greet. Greet, and text inside. Hello, yeah, we will start with hello word. Okay, and next also will be string. Name, some name. Okay, maybe not word, maybe name Anna, for example. Maybe we have Anna here. And now I will add integer, age, for example, 30, number 30, float height, uh, 1.65, for example, and boolean. We will try also to log into our terminal boolean variable is logged. Okay, is logged true. Yeah, okay, we will print true. Test cases now. We should create our test case. Test cases here, and we will name it somehow. Okay, something like, it doesn't matter the name. Wait, sorry, this is my artificial intelligence. Set variables and log, so I will create new keyword. And log them. Because I would like to show you how we will be able to see these variables in our terminal. Next, I would like to create a keyword section. Set variables and log. You can see I will catch this keyword. And what exactly I would like to do it? I would like, I would like only to log to console our variables. Log to console, for example, first variable, greet. Yeah, we have it here. And let's try to sorry. So let's try to see it into our terminal. And for that, you have to add some command like robot and name of your file. You can copy a relative path and add it here. and it will run, but in my case, I have to run it in my very special environment. I will just add this. Just in my case. So now you can see I have scalar variable grid. So this is grid, greeting, grid. Greeting, hello. So we can see this string. And also we could try to see our variables, maybe height or boolean, how it will look like. Log to console. Grid. We will grid name, our variable name, and and it's logged, yeah. Okay. So you can see in my console that we can check all our variables. Hello Anna. You can see grid, because grid was hello, name was Anna. You are 1.65 float and true. True is boolean. So we've done it. And I hope, I hope everything is fine, and you can see it in your terminal also. And you didn't have any problems to run your first script. So, and let's continue our introduction with list. List variables store an ordered collection of values. Each value in the list can be accessed using indexing. List variables are defined using @, curly breaks, and variable name inside syntax. So I'm gonna create a new file, list var robot. Now it's empty, but we will be able to fulfill it. Yeah. So I've done it, and okay. So the first part, I would like to create variable list. In section variables. Add sign, curly breaks, and inside name of my variables. Okay, it will be just user. User is name of my variable. And we will save inside few values. For example, name, one integer, and also boolean. And I would like also to save inside maybe extra list. I will create one extra list, and I will save it inside our first list user. For example, some info about this user. Password. And some number, for example. And inside this first list, I will add our variable info. Okay, so we've done it. And now I would like to show you this variable in terminal. So test case. First, list variable. just name for our list variable. We will call our keyword login. And inside, we will keep our user. Yeah. In section keywords, we will do something with this variable. In our case, we will log this variable in our console. So login, and this is name of our keyword. We will save our user as argument, just not to copy paste and to reuse our variable from this test case. Arguments and credentials. This is just some name for variables that you're storing in your test cases. Credentials, and now I will do some action with this variable. Log to console. Log to console. And log to console our list. List is just some dash to separate it. And $sign and credentials, yeah. So let's try to log it into our console. Now I have list, copy relative path. Don't forget about your relative path and to change it. Oh, sorry, I have some issue. Okay, maybe. Just a second, I have checked my white spaces. No white spaces. Okay, login, user. Okay, seems I'm too nervous now. But anyway, I will be able to show you how it works, but only from another file. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we have here our user and info, our list variable user, and our login. Log to console, list credentials. So it's okay. And we can see list variable is our user and also part of info with password and some number inside. And also we are able to find length of this list. It's very, very, very simple. Okay, I will use this file just you to feel more comfortable with my code. So length of list is our next test case. We have select list. List, we have this user. We will work with this user, with this variable, list variable, and we will log it into console again in our part of the, keywords. First, log to console, first element, credentials, and look at this. If we write square breaks and index of element, we will see this element in our terminal. We have to to count index of list from 0. For example, now we have user, and 0 is the first element. User has index 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4. If we have, we could change it, and after that we'll be able to see 34 in our ekran, our screen. So yeah, you can see first element, but in our case it will be of course second. I just didn't change this word. It will be 34. Okay, so it's nice. List variables has many different methods, and you will be able to see all these methods in Robot Framework documentation. Robot Framework has very good documentation, and just to take a look, if you need some extra method, some assertions, you will be able to see it in documentation. And now we will just try to add some item into list. To do it, just to write add item into list in test cases section, and our keyword will be append to list. This is method that we will use. We will add new item string into list user. And now you can see in keywords our test case. Again, we save into credentials our list, and log to console our output. And output, this new item is here. Add item into list. You can see list with new item, log to console. It's here, new item. So it was added at the end of the list. Test case was passed. And also, it's very, very common scenario when we have to delete some item from list. For that, you have to use this construction. In test cases section again, please write remove item from list. This is name of your test case. And this is algorithm how you have to remove list. We have to save our variable our item into variable. After that, write remove from list and our user and index of list, because this is method that works only with index. And log to console original list, this is user, and log to console removed item x, this our removed item. And after that you'll go just to console, and look at this. Remove item from list. This is our test case that we can see in our console. Original list. This is our original list. And removed item 34. Because we had this item into our original list. And now we have, it's like changed. This list was changed because we removed one item from this console. Also, we could remove another item, for example, 0 item user. Let's try to do it, and you'll see our result. Yeah. Now we have 34 inside. You can see remove item from list, original list, 34 inside. But we don't have user. We don't have user because we've just removed it. So no any user anymore in our list. So this case is very common, and you will use it at your work very often. Add and delete some items. So it was about list. And next type of variable is dictionary. In robot framework, a dictionary variable is a fundamental data structure that stores data in a key value format. It allows you to organize and manage related pieces of information together. Each entry in a dictionary is composed of two parts, a unique key and its corresponding value. Dictionary variables are often used to represent configurations, settings, or any scenario where a collection of associated data needs to be stored and accessed efficiently. In robot framework, dictionary variables are defined using ampersand and curly braces with some name of variables inside. And always follow the very important pattern, key value. So I will create a new file and dictionary var robot. Yeah, so we have it. Yeah, I will start with a variable section, and I will store here new variable for you. It's dictionary. So I will call it again user. Easy, and generally we don't care about name of variable, just user. And user will have name, some password, and address. Name of user will be Anna, because we've already used this name. Name Anna, and you can see this dictionary has key value format. Name is key and Anna is value. Next, password will be some number, okay, 56, and also address. Address will be proc. So this is our variable. And also I would like to create list variable just to compare these two variables, because they have some difference, and also you will be able to see, of course, in terminal. Just a second, and our list variable with @. Like, okay, city. It will be just city. City has URL, for example. City has maybe some river. People, how many people? Okay, not many people. And you can see this difference. In dictionary, we have key value concept, and list, we just have some values. So this is very important, and so don't forget about it. And okay, test cases. I will show you in test cases example for list and example for dictionary. List example. The same name, okay. List example. List example is city. Yeah, city. And also dictionary example. Dictionary example. ampersand and user. Because for dictionary we use ampersand. So we have our two test cases. And now it's time to log our variables into our terminal. I will do it in keyword section. Okay, so list example. I will do it through arguments, just to show you that it's very easy to work with arguments and you don't have to be scared to work with them. Arguments. We will take our credentials. And log to console. Log to console our credentials. Okay, this is for first and dictionary example. I would like to show you, I can compare two variables. Так. Dictionary example we have here. And also we'll use, okay, arguments credentials, yeah. We use this ampersand. And okay, log to console. Log to console our credentials. Okay. I will copy my relative path and just add it here. And you can see, look at this list example. This is our first test case. You can see square breaks here and values inside. And dictionary example, you can see curly breaks and key values inside, key values items. So name Anna, password, address Prague. Yeah, right like here. So this is a big difference between list variables and dictionary variables. And of course, we could try to show value of element, for example. We have key and we will look into value, only value. Okay, our next test case, show value of element. Show value of element. Firstly, we have to store our name in some variable, in scalar variable. It will be name. Name is that variable, and we will take, we will take our dictionary variable, user, and name, key of this variable. So we have name, so that's why we have to add here name. And log to console it. I will type it here in test cases section. log to console. Yeah. Log to console and name, because its name is user. Okay. No, username. Okay. Name is our variable. Okay, and we will show it. Yeah. In terminal, we can see name is Anna. We just got a value of one of element in of this dictionary user. So the same we will be able to do during your work. It's very easily, very easily. And now I would like to try add some item into dictionary. List and dictionary, they have many very similar methods, like add item inside or remove item. So I just decided to show you how we could add some new element into dictionary. It's very simple. The dictionary, yeah. Append to dictionary and append new element, but don't forget to write this element in key value format. User and our new element, item, new item. To use some methods from robot framework, don't forget, please, just to add collections, library collections into settings. And you have just to initialize this collection, this library, to use these methods. So library, it calls collections. Yeah, and then keywords, we will write this name, append to dictionary. Just I will copy paste it. We will get arguments. Arguments again, it will be credentials. 1% credentials, just some random name. And we log it to console. Log to console. Text, for example, dictionary with new item. Okay. Dictionary with new item. Just some symbol, some random symbol, or I don't know, double dots. And our credentials. So I will run it. We can see add into dictionary. This is our keyword and name also. We have our user dictionary, but with new item that we just added. Item, new item. We've just passed this test case. It's very nice for me. So, okay. Next, yeah. Let's keep the momentum going in our webinar and talk about something really very important for QA testers, where we should keep our data. The smart way to do this is by using special models for our data. We will dig into the topic of storing and using data from these models, and we will cover how to save and access variables using both Python files, Py and YAML files. It's going to be an interesting and practical part of our discussion. Robot Framework provides convenient ways to manage variables from external sources, such as Python models and YAML files. This flexibility allows you to keep your test data organized and easily accessible across your test suites. So to work with YAML files, you have to install this extra library. This is pipe install PyYAML or pipe3 install PyYAML. It works for both operation system, for Windows and for macOS. So please install this library and you'll be able to work with YAML files. Okay, I would like to start with Python models, PyFile, because it's very easy and you don't have to install anything. So pipe install PyYAML. Like example, I will create a new file. New file, model with some random name and with Py. Model Py, and you're able again to save into this file whatever you want, some dictionaries, lists, integral, floats, strings, everything what you need. Just you'll create like example. For example, some variable. This is name of my variable that I would like to store into this file. Some name, okay, from model. This is just random name. Next, integer, for example. Integer, yeah. 55, for example, some number. Also, we could create list with, for example, strings inside. We'll list of strings, okay. List strings. And just take a look at the structure. This is again like a key value format. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, for example. and something like mapping. Just some random. This is like object, like dictionary. Bunky value again format. To, yeah, something like that. I guess it will be enough. To use this file, we have to import it. I will show you in dictionary file how to do it, because already we have this here settings, and we will import our file into this section. We've just created variables because this file was for variables. It was not any library, and we called it model py. Model py. So yeah, you can see it, model py. Now I'm able to use all variables from this file, and I will show you how to do it. Again, I will create new test case. I will call it model variable. Model variable, and log into console our variable. Log to console just to see it. By model variable, and now we have to write just name of this variable. And you can see already we have access for our variables. Let's try with mapping. We have mapping here. Yeah, mapping just created. And we will now log to console. So you can see model variable, our test case, and py model variable. We don't have this variable written in variables part, but we've just successfully imported this variable from our model. And next, YAML. YAML files provide a structured way to store variables and data. You can define key value pairs in a YAML file and then load them into your robot framework's tests. To install, I showed you already how to install this YAML library from Python, and just for a few seconds I will show you again if you didn't have enough time to do it. So just pipe install pyyaml into your terminal, and I will create new file. So we are here, and you cache. YAML model, YAML model, and YAML. Yeah, it's also very comfortable to use all these variables from files, because you're able to change them at any time. You don't have to search in your script and to save. It's very nice to save all your variables into one file. So okay, I will create few variables inside, and after that you'll be able again to show them into our terminal. We will start with string, some random string. just some name. Also, we could store here integer like 45 and many other dictionaries and lists, etc. Everything what we need. I just will show you very quickly how to install, how to import this file. Again, we have to use variables word inside settings section. And now we are ready to install our YAML module YAML file. YAML module YAML file, so we can see it. Intersection. And here I will create new test case. YAML module. Log to console. YAML variable. And YAML variable will be, we have only two. It will be string. String, you can see the string. So let's do it. String call play. Call play. Yeah, we've done it. Very easily. So you have to import file in variables into settings section, and after that to use it into your float. So it's very easy. So we've done. It was the first part of our webinar. The second part will be about statements and loops. Statements is a new feature in robot framework. It's very comfortable to use it during work. So in robot framework, we use if-else statements to make decisions and control the flow of our test cases based on specific conditions. This allows us to handle different scenarios, adapt to changing conditions, and ensure that our tests are robust and flexible. Using these conditional statements enhance the effectiveness and reliability of our test automation. So I will create a new folder here. Part 2. Okay, part 2 because it will be with loops and statements. And new file. I will call it statements robot. Statements robot. And I will create very quickly some test case. So, test cases, if-else example. Firstly, I'd like to set some variable here, some scalar variable, and we will check if this variable is bigger than some random number. Set variable method, and it will be, for example, 10. And after that, we are ready to create our statement. So if this num more than 5, log to console, greater than 5. the if. This num less than 5. Log to console. Less than 5. And new block, else log to console equal 5. Also if everything is fine. What else? Okay. Just copy paste. Because something happened. Okay, so now it's okay. So the same 55. Okay. And now I will show you how it works. Okay, sorry, something happened with my environment maybe. Okay, but anyway, I will be able to show you here. So if else, we just set variable 56. 56 is more or less or equal. Of course, it's more, so that's why number is greater than 5. If we add 2, number is less than 5 and equal, just we'll check it. The same. Okay, also I would like very briefly to show you how to work with loops. I prepared for you a while loop and for in loop. You will use them during your work very often. So variables, while loop, and what I could say about while loop. While loop is used when you want to repeat a block of code as long as certain condition is true. It doesn't rely on a predetermined number of iterations like the for loop. The loop will continue executing as long as the specific condition remains true. So this is like basic, this while loop, basic example for while loop. And in this case, the loop runs as long as counter is less than 5. So that's why I have this variable counter. and every iteration counter will +1. And don't forget about end statements used to close the inner and outer loops. So just to close these loops. And next loop, for loop. A for loop, you can see is here for list and for dictionary. For loop is used when you know the number of times you want to repeat a block of code. It's typically used to iterate over a sequence of values such a range of numbers of elements. So for user, for this list in, or some element in a list and log to console. So I will show you how to just element. So from list and dictionary. And also, unfortunately, we don't have so much time, so that's why I have to briefly to show you. And also, right now, nested loops. Nested loops is like loop in loop. They refer to the practice of placing one loop inside another loop. And nested loops allow you to iterate through multiple sets of data, creating combinations of data points and executing certain actions or tasks for each combination. So how it works? For in while loop. This is for while loop and counter value. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And this loop is works when counter is less than 5. Next, you just will see elements of list and dictionary using these for in loops and nested loops. You have to repeat some actions. So in a nested loop example demonstrated how the outer loop iterates through value 1, 2, 3, and for each iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop iterates through values 5 and 6. So 5, 6, 2. We started with 1, 1. Outer loop. After that, we will work on the inner loop. 5, 6. It's here. And again, outer loop 2. Again, 5, 6 from inner loop. 3 from outer loop. And 5, 6 from inner loop. It's always something like that. So it was the second part. And the third part and the last part. It's about some practical. It's about a very interesting project that we had with my colleague. We had to catch some data, to scrape data from some website using API, and after that to parse this data into JSON and to send this JSON data into database that we've also created. And firstly, we leverage robot frameworks, built-in libraries, and looping mechanism to develop our scripts. It was something like that with for loops inside, for in loop. And the results were very promising, but as the volume of data increased, and we took data from some Excel file. It works not very stable here, unfortunately. So we began to encounter performance issues. It's only about time, recognizing the need for a more efficient solution. So we explored robot frameworks flexibility in incorporating custom keywords and external libraries. To address the performance concern, we crafted a Python script that exhibited remarkable speed and efficiency. I could show you the script that we've created. Firstly, we had parse Excel to JSON. This is our script that we've used. We used a few different libraries, Python libraries, and created this very nice script only in Python. And after that, we created the second script to parse JSON to Excel. So it was converters, because we had to also to convert JSON to Excel. And it works very, 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 very nice. So this Python scripts become a valuable asset that we seamlessly integrated into our robot framework workflow. So you can see it. Yeah, we imported our scripts and added it inside our robot framework, and it was really very powerful. The experience showed how robot framework and Python work well together, helping us solve problems and achieve great results. Our journey emphasizes that being flexible and creative is key for to getting the most out of these tools. We liked it very much, and I really liked this synergy between robot framework and pure programming in Python. So just some part of script and how we were able to parse. So for parsing, we created folders, output Excel, JSON. Now you can see it was parsed into JSON format. Sorry, I don't know why it doesn't work now. Just anyway. So and this JSON format we sent into database, and after that we worked with database. And also we had some task. We had to create also output Excel from JSON file. So that's why we had to create the script that I showed you before. Now you can see this very nice output in Excel format. So don't be afraid to use Python and to use some extra keywords in your script, because robot framework is really very powerful and very, very, very flexible. So thank you very much for your attention. I guess I could stop my my speech. Yeah. Bye bye.
So thank you very much to all of you, and hopefully see you next time. So bye for now.